Welcome to Antarctica and our Twinkl Science Research Station. Here at the research station, we're looking at ice cores. So if we drill down in the ground, we'll see if we can find one. Here we go. So ice cores are absolutely brilliant because scientists drill these and pull them out to look at what's been happening in the history of our planet. Every year in Antarctica when it snows, the snow compacts on top of older snow. So scientists can drill down and look at the history of what's been happening on our planet. The younger years at the top, so this is where we've had most recent snowfall, and then as you go down it gets older and older, with this being the oldest one. This is just like the rings on a tree as well. So rings on a tree form with light rings in the summer when the tree grows, and then you have a darker ring in the winter where there's not as much tree growth. And that's just like what you get in an ice core. So you'll get a light layer in the summer when there's lots of snowfall, and then a dark layer in winter when there's not very much snowfall and lots of debris can get mixed in. And so each of these layers together make up 1 year on an ice core. So you can count how many layers there are to work out how old your ice core is. You can also see other things that have happened. So if there's debris in it, or insects, or pollen, you can learn a bit more about what's happened that year. Scientists use ice cores along with other data, such as from the seabed, coral reefs, looking at sedimentary rocks, even rings in trees, to work out what's been happening on our planet and put all that data together to try and work out what's happening with our greenhouse gases and how much our climate really is changing. So they're a really important part of Antarctic research, and I'm going to show you how to make your own one. All you'll need to recreate your own ice core at home is a crisp tube, one of these round ones, some clear water, some coloured water, which we've used food colouring. Then you'll also need a measuring jug. So this is a really nice experiment to do to practice your measuring skills. And then you can also have different things to add into each of your layers representing different things. So I've got some crushed up cereal, which is going to be my dust. So imagining there's a sandstorm or something that year, so the dust's all been blown around and that's got into my ice and snow. I've also got some ash, and this is just from a barbecue. Be really careful wherever you get your ash from. If you don't have any ash, doesn't matter, you can always just use bits of grey paper. So maybe there's a volcano that year if you find any ash in your ice core. You can also have some bugs, so you could use raisins or bits of cut up pipe cleaner as some bugs, even just some plastic insects. And I've also got some flowers. So if I look in there, you'll be able to see some of the pollen on my flowers, which I can use. Now, the way you're going to do this is by alternating putting in clear water and coloured water. And you want to say about 50 millilitres is the average. So on my jug here, 50 is here. So if it's an average year of snowfall, I'm going to put in 50 for either clear or coloured. But if there's lots of snowfall in the year, I might go up to maybe 100. If there's not very much snowfall, I'll just put in a little bit, maybe like 25 millilitres. So let's start with 50 millilitres of coloured water. And then I'm going to put that in the freezer. Obviously don't put it in horizontally because all the water is just going to pour out. I'm going to leave that in vertically, wait till it freezes. So I'm going to put in coloured. If I don't want as much, I'm just going to add a little bit. If I want lots of snow to have been fallen, I'm going to add a lot. And then again, you can think about all the different bits you can add. I'd suggest leaving pollen for the very end because you can see it on top, because that's going to be the hardest one to see. Otherwise, you should be able to see them in your ice core. So just have fun, alternating as you go between each layer, freezing it up, and you can wait till you've filled it all the way to the top, and then you can see what it looks like. Here it is out of the freezer, and I am wearing gloves because this is freezing cold. I've also got my microscope so I can clip that on my camera, some scissors to take this off because that is... No, my ice is not coming out, and I've also got a tray to put this on, so have something to hand in case it starts to melt as well. And well done if you've made it all the way to the top with your ice, because it does take a lot of patience and persistence to get all the way to the top with each layer freezing. So let's have a look and see what it looks like inside. So So be really, really careful getting that out. If you need to, you could put it in some hot water so it might slide out a bit easier, because obviously I've taken the cardboard off, but be really, really careful because this is absolutely freezing cold. And like I said, to handle it, I am wearing gloves. Okay, so you can see our absolutely beautiful ice core though. This is absolutely one of my favourite things I've ever made. And it's just absolutely stunning, and it's just brilliant. So I can't wait for you to make one and share your pictures of this, because it is brilliant. So if you look really carefully, you can see our light layers and our darker layers, and then you can start to see all the little bits trapped in. So we're watching history happen. So you've got our first layer where we can see all this dust. So there must have been a sandstorm, and actually there's not too much water in there or snow, so it's probably like an average rainfall. Then we've got the darker layer for winter here, and then we've got quite a big layer here, if you can see that. So there's quite a lot of rain, so there's quite a lot of snow that year. And oh, I can see this amazing pink bug that must have been trapped in the ice, as well as some other bugs that have got trapped in the ice. Oh, and then we've got this really, really thin white layer there, so that is probably due to not very much snow at all. So this is all stuff you can work out with your own ice core. So you can think about what it looks like, what do you think's happened in different years. You can study the depths of each of them, so you can get a ruler and measure them. You can draw it. You can think about what different layers represent. You can work out how many layers there are in it, so you can count them all up. There is so many different activities you can do that. Have fun on all of your virtual Antarctic adventure. Let us know what you've got up to in our Facebook group, and we look forward to seeing you again soon for more fun.